Hey guys, I'm going to try to do a quick nutrition video before the boys get home. So I promised you I would after I did the challenge, posted the challenge. I'm doing it. I upped my burpees today. I've only done 20, but I upped them to 30, so I'm going to have 10 more to do this evening. I'm getting up early. I'm doing my challenge in the morning, and things are tightening up. I am just going to say I've noticed results in my lower body especially. The burpees are actually getting easier, so if you notice, if you've done like my push-up challenge or someone else's push-up challenge and you're doing them like consistently, it gets easier and you get stronger quite quickly. So I put shorts on recently, shorter shorts. I went out and did some yard work and everything was just a little bit tighter. It was just like a little bit toner and lifted, which I like. So I am seeing results just by being consistent and doing something as simple as a certain amount of burpees, lunges, and my bicycles, so in my ab area. So when I started, I was on my period, so I was a little bloated, and now that I'm not, I'm noticing like some definition in my tummy since like the winter. Okay, so some of the habits, healthiest habits, people that I think are some of the healthiest people that I've ever met or read about or learned about, what are some of their habits? Okay, and I'm just going to run through them, like my personal opinion. This is all my personal opinion. They practice portion control. So I know there's so much information out there. There's like intermittent fasting. There's all kinds of stuff out there, and you can do whatever you like. But I've noticed that people that do consistently, they stay at a certain decent weight. They look healthier. They're fitter. And not sick a lot, all of that. They do practice portion control. So they're not like binge eaters, and they're not, having giant meals out. They might take half the meal and box the rest and take it home and eat it later. So they practice portion control. They have a common sense approach to their lifestyle and nutrition. They're not following every fad diet out there. They're not bouncing around from following this person or that diet or the newest fad diet. They just have a very common sense approach to their lifestyle. They get plenty of rest. I don't always get plenty of rest, but for the most part, I'm a big believer in naps. I take naps. I also try to get up very early, so I tend to be tired sooner. I don't stay up till like midnight usually. That's very rare. So I might stay up till 9 or 10 on the weekends, maybe later, 10:30, 11. But generally, I go to bed at like around 9, 9:30, and I get up super early, like usually like 5 in the morning. So for me, and I've noticed a lot of people that are quite productive, and even you'll see older people that get around very well. They're up super early, having their coffee and starting their day, like watching the sunrise, basically. Green tea or tea drinkers, a lot of healthy people that I know or follow or have known in the past, like to drink hot tea. And I don't mean with like tons of sugar. So, and that's leads me to another one. They aren't big sweet eaters. They don't consume large amounts of sugar. They wear sunscreen. Their grocery carts are usually full of fresh produce, real food, not so much packaged products. I was at the grocery store yesterday, and there was probably, I'd say he was about 50, but he probably looked about 40. And he looked like he was from Nicaragua or somewhere like that. Very slender, looked like a runner. Good complexion, big smile on his face, and his buggy stood out to me because it was full. There was nothing packaged in it. It was full of just fresh food, like fresh vegetables, fruits I didn't even recognize, and it was just full of, and he had them all, in those see-through bags and stuff, and you could tell, like, that's probably how he ate growing up, and that's just, there was no soda or anything like that, so that was interesting. Another thing too, they practice gratitude. So a lot of times they are quite positive, and they're grateful for whatever they have. And a lot of times they're not very materialistic type people. So they don't, they don't have to have, like, even when it comes to supplements and stuff, they don't have to have all this fancy, expensive supplementation, all that to just feel good and be healthy and live their life. And they're not so media centric. I think they're not so focused on what their neighbor's doing or what their friends are doing. They're not always on their phone. They are, and I'm trying to really spend a lot less time on social media. It's kind of strange because since it's been about 2 weeks, and I've just really felt a great need to get off social media as much. I still maintain relationships and things, like people that I care about that live far away or whatever, and share pictures of the boys. And my husband works away during the week, so I share what we're doing, but I'm not on it, like scrolling on social media as much at all. And it's freeing. I just like it so much better, and it suits my personality. Like, and that's another thing, a more simplistic way of life. So, being a minimalist allows me to declutter all different areas of my life. So, usually it starts from your email inbox and it goes all the way to your closet. It goes to your pantry. So even my nutrition and my diet is very simplified by now, and I tend to eat the same foods, and they're my favorites, and buy the same things. And it's quite simple because I know what makes me feel good and what I need to thrive, and what I enjoy the most. And I don't like being in the kitchen cooking all the time, so I like things that are that I've perfected making them and are quite simple to make, and I know what I need, and they're not expensive, So having 3 boys can be expensive, and I find that I don't eat out a whole lot. I tend to will get pizza or something like that on the weekend, or for going to a friend's house or something like that. But generally speaking, I'm not the mom in the fast food line daily, or even like weekly. Like sometimes I go to Subway. But, and when my husband's home, we tend to eat out a little bit more just because he's home, and we might go out of town and get something to eat, whatever. And it's celebratory as well to me. So I'm very simplistic in my grocery shopping and in my cooking, and even in what I make the boys. Like, I know what they like. Okay, my boys just got home, so I'm going to wrap this video up. Let me know if you want me to expound on anything that I went over in this video. Try to make it short and sweet. But those are just some of the things, like if you would pick the healthiest people that I've ever known, those are some of their practices, habits, qualities, so to speak. So if you're doing my challenge, let me know how it's going for you, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye.